All right, welcome everybody to our Wednesday night live stream. I am Dave with Gamble the Globe, and this is Mark.
I'm on the other side. You got to point the other direction.
Oh, that way. There we go.
It's like, who's over here?
How
How's
you
it
doing
going,
today,
guys?
Mark?
Oh, I'm good. Middle of the week. It's a little bit of a calmer week. Still was pretty busy work-wise, but that's great. I like busy weeks.
Busy weeks make the week go by fast.
Mm.
You know, it's like really just makes the week go by fast.
That's right.
But
That's right.
we're going to get straight into it with the Las Vegas strike, which is getting to be way more complicated, apparently. I really hope this is not true, but we're going to show it to you right now. God, I really hope this isn't true. Here we go. Put us up here. So the Culinary Union is striking again, or not striking, sorry. They are not striking. They are going to picket again this week, today even. Clogging up the streets, they expect arrests to be made. According to this story, now here's the thing about when you publish a story. This guy is media. He actually writes regularly for Vital Vegas. He's a regular contributor. When you have a story, you have to have sources. You may not have to share those sources, but you have to have reputable information. So this information is that it's all a fake right now, that the deal's already been done. There's already a deal on the table that has been accepted by the union that is the biggest salary increase that has ever been done in Las Vegas before. They're getting an extremely good package, pretty much everything they've wanted, but they're still picketing today and will continue to picket until they announce the deal. To me, this seems like a little bit of theatrics. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah. Why would you want to picket if a deal? I mean, it just doesn't seem appropriate. Like they're not, because I think the deal is if they get what they ask for, then they stop picketing and get back to work, right? I mean,
right.
So why would they keep picketing? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's strange.
So according to this guy, it's just a show of force of how powerful the union is. And it's kind of establishing your reputation for next time. The next time they have to make these arguments, which will be in 5 years. It's a 5-year contract. So
yeah, but
I
guess what doesn't make sense to me though is that, I mean, they've already shown their power because they reached a new deal, right? Why do they need to demonstrate it publicly? Like, they were able to get awarded. Do they want to make sure the public knows they got rewarded what they asked for? Maybe that's it. But this just
maybe they wanted to seem like
backwards to me.
Right, it does. Maybe they wanted to seem like the new pickets. Oh, look, we're willing to get arrested, and that's what made them deal. I don't know. But this does kind of explain why no one would talk to me when I was trying to interview them. They weren't really mad. But I don't know.
That's so true. It's like, oh, we already got a deal. We're just out here because we don't want to work.
Right. But meantime, the people in Detroit are striking. This Detroit strike now for the casino workers in the 3 Detroit casino area, 3 casinos in the Detroit area, has been going on 2 weeks now. I have had somebody go to that casino and tell me that it is chaos. The management is not happy. They're having to work. Apparently, they're bringing in a third-party company to start doing some of the work now because the management couldn't do it all. And this person told me that they really want to get me more information, but they're in the Detroit area. They work in Detroit. They work in Uniontown, USA, and they don't want to cross the picket line again. I said, I totally get that. I totally understand. However, in the meantime, Caesars Windsor across the border in Canada is seeing record crowds. I'm just like, people are going to gamble no matter what. You might as well just hire your people back and get a good contract so they return to work.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
very strange.
Right.
Well, All I can say is I'm very happy that they got their deal and that it was a good deal, and hopefully that'll keep them good for the next 5 years, and service levels will start to climb and all that kind of stuff. That's really what's important here, in my opinion. So yeah, it's just weird.
Happy people.
It's very strange. It's like, it's like quitting your job because you're not getting enough pay, but they gave you a raise right before you quit. It's like, it doesn't make much sense. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, and here's something from Proud Monkey. He's saying that Final Vegas you have to take with a grain of salt. Some of the information are just to spread rumors. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll see if this is true or not. If they suddenly have a deal
you got
by
busted,
this weekend.
Dave.
Well,
I know.
I mean, I've read these guys before, and they do put out good, accurate information. But of course, they can do the opposite as well. Right. So we will see if they come out with a deal that is this great deal, with this major bump in pay. We'll have to see if that's going to happen.
Yeah, we shall see. And by the way, guys, start asking questions and comments. We're going to try to take it throughout the show today. I think last time we went kind of like almost an hour without even talking to you guys, like answering your questions. So we're going to try to fix that tonight. So if you have any questions or comments for us, whether it's relevant or not, let us know.
Yeah,
we'll start
there's always relevant questions.
Yeah,
no
there
matter
is.
What?
That's true. That's true. And we thank you guys for spending your evening with us. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We love spending time with you guys.
Yeah.
So do we take questions now, or do we go to the next piece?
I think the next piece is going to cause a lot of questions to come up. So let's do that.
Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Let's go to the next piece. All right.
What was that again?
Well, I gotta stop that screen, present a new screen.
IT guy at work here. Click, click.
That's
click,
right.
Share, click, click.
Allow. And we're just going to go full screen on this. You ready? Here it is.
Most of you guys have probably seen this.
61 of you, in fact.
All right. See you soon. That's right, guys. So,
That's right.
A lot of you have probably already subscribed. In fact, we're up to, like Dave said, we're already up to 61 people that have subscribed. That is awesome. We haven't even posted anything yet, so really appreciate that. We are gearing up for an awesome launch. Dave is going to be coming down here on Saturday, and we're going to film our intro video. Plus, our first content is going to be filmed live, not live, but in person down here on Saturday. So we're super excited about that. And this content, I still can't leak it yet. And all of you guys that have received emails from us, please keep it quiet because we want to try to keep it a surprise until we officially launch it. But we're super excited about this. It's going to be something very new, very different, not something that any other gambling related channel has done so far. And because of that, we're super excited to see how it plays out. We're going to try it. We have a lot of interest already. About 9 of you actually have already submitted a request to be part of it, which is really exciting. We thank you very much. We will be announcing more and emailing you more within the next couple of weeks. We are going to be very busy on Saturday trying to get everything ready to officially launch the channel. Once we get our kind of initial launch video done, we're going to try to rush it out the door as quickly as possible. But we're also going to have kind of our intro to the channel video explaining what we're going to be doing, that kind of thing. And that will definitely be launched on Saturday. So look forward to that. I'm not sure we'll do any official live streams on Saturday. We do have to wait to get to 1,000 subscribers before we can do it on mobile phones. So we're hoping we can get up to 1,000 very quickly so that next time we go to WinStar, for example, we can go live and take you guys along with us. So we're super excited about it. Looks like Lil Joe just subbed. He's up to 66. So thank you guys. We're definitely getting some more people in here. We really appreciate it. But yeah, Dave and I are very excited about this. We both have channels, and of course I came from Cowboy Slots, and one of the things that we've always wanted to do is kind of create our own little thing, to do something a little bit different than other people are doing. And that's what I think that we've been able to accomplish. mean, time will tell. But Dave and I are super excited. We've been waiting all month for Saturday, believe it or not. We have been talking exhaustingly about ideas, what we want to do, how we want to do it. And we think we've got the formula here. So that's all I have to say about it. Dave, what are your thoughts on it? What do you think?
I'm extremely excited. Like Mark said, we've been bouncing ideas across each other, and it's like we're just throwing ideas at each other, and it's just like, let's do it. And we're just there's no like, oh, we should limit this, we should limit that. Like, no, we're gonna do it all, and then we're gonna see what sticks, and then we're gonna see what doesn't, and go with the stuff that sticks. But that doesn't mean we're never gonna do what didn't stick before if we had fun with it. Because if it's fun for us, we're going to keep doing it, even if it's not very popular, because that's kind of the way we are. We're here to have fun, you know? I'm really looking forward to it. I think we've got so many ideas. I just hope we have time to do it all, because we're going to be running with this so fast.
Yeah, I think part of the excitement is like what Dave just said, is that, we're going to be doing what we absolutely love to do. And whether the subscribers or viral videos or anything come or not, it doesn't really matter to us, because we know that what we're going to be doing is going to be helping a lot of people. And that's what we've always been about. And we want to help people to become better gamblers. We want to provide good information. We want to show you guys what we do when we go to the casino. We want to show you all of that kind of stuff. But do, again, the little special thing that I'm not going to announce just yet, that I think you guys are going to be able to relate to. And it's just, I mean, sometimes when channels get very big, you get really focused on, numbers and, getting views up and money and things like that. And sometimes you start to kind of lose touch on what is really important. And that's why I felt like Dave and I needed to do something like this and just have fun and see what happens. I've always said, and Dave, I'm sure you're the same way, that, even when you're like finding employment, someplace you want to work, you want to find something that you enjoy doing. The money will always come later, but if you're miserable at work and you're not having fun, then the money doesn't mean anything, right? It just, there's never enough money to make you satisfied and happy. And so you should always be happy, and you should always do something that puts a smile on your face. Even if we're just helping a couple of people, that's good enough for me. So I think we're going to be, going to be so excited. And Jody is in here talking about the new studio already. It's going to be right here on my left. And we got some new chairs in. It's going to be really cool. We're going to have like a little area that's going to kind of be like, instead of me doing a live stream sitting in a chair like this, it's going to be relaxed, me sitting in a chair. And maybe I'll get Dave to do the same thing over in his little shop there. So we can make everything
the room for it. I will.
There you go.
I'm a little more constrained in my space than your casino.
That's right. That's true. We'll make it work somehow.
These two flags almost touch both walls, so it's not a big space.
You don't need a big space for a studio.
That's true. But Jody, we do appreciate you assembling that furniture.
Yes.
If it's not good enough, we're going to reject it and send it back.
There you go.
Manufacturer. We do have some questions though.
Yeah, let's do some questions. Let's go.
Okay, so this one's Larry. I gotta say, this was probably on a lot of people's minds. Are you moving Couch Talk to the new channel? Yes, Couch Talk will be on the new channel. Mark and I talked about that. If that was our joint idea, and that should be on the new channel. So we're still trying to figure this out. Mark's still having his channel. I'm still in my channel, but you're going to see very different content on all of them.
Right.
This is really just enjoying everything. Like, the stuff we're wanting to put out is stuff that's going to benefit you guys as, subscribers. We want to share our knowledge. We want to have you guys have a better experience, and you're going to see some really neat, unique things. I'm so looking forward to it.
That's right.
It's like waiting for Christmas.
That's right. And Rosemary just said she's subscribed. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Yeah. And JoJo says, yes, it's very scary to cross picket lines, especially in Detroit. I can only imagine that. That's a good
And we
point.
now have picket lines here in Arlington as well, because there's a GM plant, and the UAW just started striking here this week. And yeah, there's already been some instances of people crossing the picket line. It's been a little scary.
Wow. And JoJo also says, seems like everyone's striking because of inflation. Yeah, I mean, it's not just inflation, but especially the casinos, they're posting record profits. I mean, they have never made so much money in the history of casinos. And the problem with that is when you have a situation like that and you're not compensating the workers at the same time that your profit is increasing, you're going to get a strike. You're going to get problems. And that's what triggered this whole thing. I mean, nobody was going to strike during the pandemic because they didn't have the money coming in to pay people, and it was tough for everybody. But now that everything's been recovered and they're posting record profits, and I mean, I don't know about you, but the last 2 years of going to Vegas, it has been so much more crowded than it ever was before. It doesn't matter if you go midweek or not. It's so much more crowded. And so more people are coming in, and they should, like we talked about last week, these are the guys and gals that do a lot of the hard work to make sure your service is impeccable when you're there, which is what Vegas is famous for. So, this is what happens. Inflation is part of it, I'm sure, but really it's hard to sit still when you see a company that you're working for post record profits and the CEOs are taking, $20-30 million bonuses, and then you're still making the same thing you made 10 years ago. I mean, that's hard to stomach. And so that's why, unions exist, to make sure that there's a fair balance there at all times. And so we're proud that they're able to get what they wanted, much needed increase.
Yeah, I'm definitely for everybody getting their fair wage, and especially using the leverage of, hey, you're not having money coming in while we're doing this. And yeah, it's
right.
I think it's going to get worse in Detroit, both for auto workers and casino workers, before it gets better.
Yeah.
And from Rosemary, why are they charging for parking at casinos?
Man.
Because they can.
They can.
It kind of doesn't make sense, obviously. Free parking, you get people coming in the casinos. However, they can charge for it, and that's an extra profit center. So they're going to keep charging for it. The same with resort fees. Resort fees could just as easily be rolled into the price of the room, but they want to keep it on there to show, look what you're getting for your value. And I'd rather just have it roll in the price of the room and not even mention resort fees again.
Yeah.
We don't charge resort fees, but our rooms went up by $34.50 a night.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But it's not like you get a choice either, because it's the resort fees usually, pool access, internet, all these things which should be included anyway. I mean, and even if they're not,
right.
I mean, should I be able to go up and say, I'm not going to use the pool. Can you take $15 off a night? Oh, no.
They used to allow that.
It's like, right. No. You got to pay the full resort fee, whether you're using any of that crap or not.
It used to be itemized, and you could say, I'm not using the gym. I'm not using the pool.
Right.
Take it off. And they would take it off, but then they stopped doing that because everyone said, I'm not using the gym because the pool.
Right. Very true. Very true. And
I'd never use the pool.
And Tazzy and Joe's Adventures. Yeah, I got your submission there. My lips are sealed, but I think it's going to be very successful. Yeah, we really do think so. And I know a lot of you, I will say that a lot of you that showed an interest. I mean, we got over 60 emails from people saying that they were willing to help out without even knowing what the hell it was, right? So we thank you for that. I think once you guys kind of see what the format of the new content's going to be, some of you may warm up to the idea of taking part in it, but I think it's going to be fun regardless. And we're going to evolve it over time. We're going to see what works, what doesn't work, and make it better. And it's going to be good in the end, but just be aware, this is something new. We can't replicate anybody else because nobody else is doing this. And so we're going to just try to do our best and learn from what went right, what went wrong, and do it better and better and better as it goes on. And we know we will. We have the confidence. So, but thank you so much for everybody that's wanting to take part in it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very laid back. That's the whole thing. Like, this is the whole point of this channel, is to just be laid back and not take things seriously. I mean, you should take some things seriously, like gambling and all that, but you should still have fun and in a laid back way and feel comfortable. We want to build that confidence up when you're walking into a casino where you know I'm going to conquer it today. And if I don't, who cares? Because I didn't lose my ass. I stuck to my budget. I stuck to what I can safely afford to lose, and I came out okay. And you know, those are the things that will make those casino visits so much more better, so much better um, than just going in blindly, which so many people do. I mean, so that's why we're hoping to make a difference there.
That's a really one. So the other thing about everyone replying back to our call out for emails, we appreciate you guys because you had no clue what was going on. You went in blind. It could have been, okay, we're going to do a dunk tank. We're going to hook you up to a chair, and every time you play a dragon machine, we're going to shock you.
Right.
It's none of that, but those are good ideas. But no, it's none of that. But the fact that you still 60 of you said, I'm in. I don't know what I'm in for, but I'm in. I like that kind of attitude. Just jump on it.
You guys are great. You guys are great. Really appreciate it. And Rick says, no, Mark, I disagree. You came from home slots, not cowboy. Yeah, that's true. I did start with home slots. And I'm having fun getting that back going. I've actually got some tech videos coming up very soon, Rick, with some S3000s. So you might be interested in that. And then also going to do some tech videos on this Twin Star. And a real funny story, real quick. It's not a funny story, but it's interesting. Is you guys actually don't understand how much I actually go and rewatch my own videos because I forgot how to do something.
But you have that knowledge base there.
Not only was it putting it out for everybody else, it's just from my stupid memory sometimes. I'll go back and rewatch. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that step, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm kind of glad in some of these situations that I put those out there because I had to freeze frame and see how I had the cable set up and things like that. So I need to do more of that. So when I get these newer machines in, I understand what's going on and I don't forget. And see.
Whoa. Okay. So I got to put this one up real quick from
go
Proud Monkey here. 50 subscribers to go live.
Is it?
He's right.
Oh,
I just looked it up. It is 50 to go live on mobile.
Wow. When did they change that? I don't remember that.
I have no idea when they changed that.
Okay.
We're going to have to do research on it. We're going to make sure this is the correct thing.
Good, though.
But we may be on our next.
Is there any restrictions on watch time, or is it 50 subscribers?
Not that I can see.
Wow, thanks for the heads up. We're going to look into that. That's cool.
Yeah, we're going to look at that for sure.
And he says,
man, okay.
Live at WinStar is going to be a popular live. Yes, it will be. There are so many people at WinStar that watch YouTube. There are a lot of people.
And everyone's going to know when we're going up there. So you'll know when we're going up there every single time. It'll be, hey, we're going to WinStar these dates. We may not give you a whole lot of leeway, but we'll definitely let you know. It might be, hey, we're going up there tomorrow because we forgot to post this 3 days ago when we decided it.
Right. We'll try not to do that.
Life still happens.
Yeah. And Robin says, did you say what time it'll go live or did I miss it? No specific time. We're just going to try to make that date. So we will at the very least have the intro video posted on Saturday. That'll be the first thing we do when Dave gets down here. And then we're going to do the first content video. And that's going to require some editing. But I promise I'm going to try to get it out as soon as possible because we want you to see what this new thing is about. But we also want it to be presentable and nice, when it comes out. So bear with us on that, but we will definitely have the official launch, meaning that videos will now start being posted on the new channel. I've got some videos from G2E that I'm going to post. I think Dave's got some as well. And we're just going to start pumping some content out there to get things rolling. So really appreciate it, Robin. And just keep an eye on things on Saturday. And the intro video will be fun because we're gonna sit down, Dave and I, and talk about, what the new channel is, what we're going to be doing, what it means to us, what it hopefully means to you. So you can kind of get some insight on what we're going to be doing. And, that'll be the intro to the channel, getting things kickstarted. So.
And from Paula Shaver, are you still going to do a lot of content? We're actually going to do more content because we don't have any restrictions at all of what we're going to do. I mean, it's going to be whatever ideas that come to us, we're doing. Like, I've texted Mark in the middle of the night because I woke up and had an idea.
Right.
It's like, this is a great idea. Let's do this.
Yep.
So it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of different stuff and a lot of things that no one has done before either.
Right.
And we can't wait. We already can't wait for our next Vegas trip because we have such a great idea for that.
Yep. I already forgot what it was, so I hope you remember.
I remember. I wrote it down.
Okay, good. I already forgot. I remember all the WinStar stuff, but I forgot the Vegas one.
Now Jodes gets union wages. No union. No, sorry, Jody. Can't be a union of one.
Yeah. She's going to form a union with our new channel, the Gamble Smart Union.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to do anything.
Yep. And she says, WinStar trip for my birthday. Well, what we were talking about what dates it's going to be. It'll be really close to your birthday. How about that, Jody?
Super cool. We'll do a birthday special.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Hopefully
like not even
get a
like,
spa treatment out of it.
She'll be happy then.
Yeah. And DJ Fingers says, I miss the home slot tech videos. That's great that are more coming. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try. I've missed doing them for a very long time. I will tell you guys, though, those take a long time to film. And there have been a lot of times where I'm just hurrying up trying to get a machine working. And I don't want to spend more than 30 minutes on it. And if I start filming it, it's going to turn into a 2 or 3 hour production. So that's kind of, but I've never had time before. And now I have a little bit more time. So, I'm hoping I'll be able to do that. But I got to warn you, we're going to be focusing a lot on this new channel. I mean, that's just the state of it is right now while we get the content all kind of backfilled. And so I'll be spending a lot of time on that. But most of that stuff is going to be between Dave and I doing a lot of stuff together where we will kind of do our own separate things on our own channels. So, it's just going to be a big mix of content, like Dave said. We hope you like all three.
And we got from Jay Cunningham, Motor City, go or no go? Right now, I would say no go. But if you are visiting the Detroit area after all this is done, I have not been to those casinos. I've been to Caesars Windsor a while ago, but I haven't been to the best person to ask would be Low Roll in Detroit to Vegas. He's in here. If he happens to respond back, he can tell you go or no go. But I'm going to say go after this whole strike is done. I think it's going to be a completely different atmosphere afterwards.
Hopefully.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, exactly. It's all hopefully.
Maybe someday we'll find ourselves up there. But I'd never
sure
go to Detroit for anything. So
the last time I was in Detroit, it was for a total of around 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And we cut across the border as fast as we could because it was the safest place to be.
Yep.
Going into Canada was the safest place to be. And Michelle has a good one. No couch. There'll still be a couch. I mean, when we do our remote stuff, like when we're in WinStar or in Vegas,
there'll be a couch. As long as we get a room with a couch. If not, you can expect us to be moving furniture around in that hotel room to make it work. Yeah. So
there'll be something like a couch.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is a question right up your alley, Mark.
Uh-oh. Can you explain HHR racetrack machines and if you think that it's worth it? Love in Kentucky, have to gamble in Indiana and Illinois at regular casino. It's not that bad, honestly. All these other machines do, like the historical horse racing and the bingo style machines, and even the virtual lottery terminals, like in Washington State and New York State. All they're really doing is just providing a different way to generate randomness, okay? Because for whatever reason, the laws in that state will not let them have class 3 machines, which are RNG computer-controlled machines, okay? Like everything that you see right behind me. So what they have to do instead is to find some other way to generate random results. And what they do is basically take the historical horse races, thousands and thousands and thousands. I can't even guess how many horse races there have been, but I mean, it's got to be in the millions, I would imagine, since they started record keeping all of the horse races. And then they basically ran every time you do a spin, it picks a horse race and then it picks a horse. And depending on what place your horse gets in, determines what kind of win that you're going to get. And so that's what the randomness is. It's just a different way to generate it. But where HHR is a little bit better than bingo style machines is that you can actually have a lot of the class 3 style machines in HHR variants. So, for example, you might see pinball or top dollar in an HHR machine. And that is coming, by the way, because we did see it at G2E. So you might see even Huff and Puff. They had a Huff and More Puff in an HHR cabinet. So you can get the same type of games, but they just are generated differently, like the randomness. But for you, the player, you're really not going to notice any kind of difference. It's just, you know how the states are. There's just weird rules sometimes. What was the thing in California where they couldn't have a roulette wheel, but they could have a little thing that spun and spit out a number? You know what
They
I'm
had
talking
that
about?
in Oklahoma as well. Roulette was
Oh, that's
played
right.
with playing cards. And
Right.
so was
Right.
craps played with playing cards
Right.
because they couldn't have games of chance like that.
Right.
So it was a card game
It's
instead
weird.
of craps or roulette.
There's just weird rules like that. And HHR is not, or HHR is going to become much more prevalent. So if you're in a state that doesn't have gaming at all right now, you can probably guess that it's going to start with HHR and may convert to class 3 later. But HHR is making pretty big waves right now because manufacturers are starting to build the same style games that you know and love, you know, to play just like you would if you went to Vegas. So class 2 is a little bit differently. There's a lot more restrictions on class 2, and that's why you don't see. I mean, there is a pinball variant in class 2, but it's not very common, so you don't really see those as much. Anyway, that was a long answer to that question, but I hope that helps.
And this is from Club Mike V, which if you haven't checked out his poker game on Thursdays, a ball and a wheel alone cannot determine the outcome in California. Well, that's the whole basis of roulette right there.
Isn't that weird?
That's as random as you get, and
Yep.
apparently that's not random enough for them. Thanks,
That's
Mike.
true.
Appreciate that input there.
Yep. And Richard just has a follow-up question. So on a game like Huff and Puff, would HHR potentially be better than RNG? Probably not. I mean, again, it's just a different way to cause randomness, and they can still do a payback percentage on it. It's just try to think of it as, again, just a different way to generate randomness, to produce the results. So no, there's no benefit one way or another.
Just a workaround to try to get the gaming in there.
That's right. Yeah. So they can comply with the state laws, but still be able to offer gambling machines. All right. You want me to take another one here? Let's see.
Go for it.
And Little Joe says table games minimum suck. I haven't played craps in 3 years. Man, they're getting so bad. I mean, where was I? Was it Aria? Aria. I wanted to play blackjack. It was like a Saturday night or something, or Sunday night.
$25.
$25. No $10 anywhere. And there was only one table with 25 and it was full. Everything else was starting at 50 or 100. And it's just, that's the other side of inflation, right? All the table game minimums go up.
And that was before COVID even. The table minimums were going up.
Yeah.
And so if you do want to play craps in Vegas, the Downtown Grand has the best craps in Vegas. $5 table, $5 minimum, plus you have up to 100x odds. And that is the best place to play craps in all of Vegas right now, in my opinion. I mean, you can go all around and probably find a $5 table, but you're not going to find 100x odds anymore. They just don't do it. It's just ridiculous now. I love playing craps, but you got to have a craps that have good table. You got to have that energy going. You got to be in the mood, Craps is one of those games where it's fun to play, but you got to be into it.
And I'm never into it because I still don't understand the game.
All right, that's it. There's a new video idea right there.
I've tried, man.
Teaching Mark craps.
Videos. I've had people show me. Brantley showed me. I still couldn't. I don't know what it is. I know it's simple, but it's complicated. And it's just
It is simple and complicated.
yeah.
It absolutely is true. It is simple and complicated. The table itself makes it complicated because it's two tables that have been smushed together.
Oh, okay.
And so you look at all this and you see the craziness and you see everything going on. But when the core game comes to it, it's super easy. 7-11 on the first roll wins. 2, 3, 12 loses. Any other number sets the point. And
Right.
then you need to get that point, which can be 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right.
I'm
Moving
sorry,
right
9,
along.
10. You can go through it.
You already lost me. Oh man, one of these days I'll let you sit down and show me. Robin says sounds good. Will there be weekly lives or just videos since you both have your own? Yeah, there'll be weekly lives. We're gonna move them there.
Weekly lives.
Yeah, and any kind of couch talks or anything like that, we're gonna do them on the new channel. Basically, anytime we're together, that's what's going to be on the new channel.
Right. And our lives will be when we're separate because that's the easy way to do it there.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
And Daniel Kirby here. Make $50 last a night. That's a good idea right there.
We could do that.
We could totally do that.
I can make $50 last a night. It may not be very much fun, but I can do it.
If it goes, there might be a couple takes involved.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We'll show you if we do something and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You will see that. You will not see, oh, we're going to make $50 last tonight. And then, flash. Look, now I have $8,000.
Yeah, 5 takes
because
later.
5 takes later, I finally got the correct hit I needed to actually start moving upwards. You're going to see it all through. And we're going to tell you, okay, well, that take didn't work. We're going to try this again because we know it can work, but you can see how it doesn't work sometimes because things don't work sometimes. It's just no matter how hard you try, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's still gambling. It's still
gambling.
But there are things you can do. I think that's what people don't get. I think budget and money control is the number one reason people do bad and poorly in a casino. I'm totally convinced of that, and we're hoping to change that. So, and Mike says, didn't Mark watch my craps tutorial part 1? I did. And for about 5 minutes after watching it, I understood craps.
It didn't stick with him.
I know. We'll try. Michelle says lots of stupid bets on a Kratz tail. That's probably what confuses me.
Lots of stupid bets.
Because everybody's always betting the pass line, and there's none of that stuff in the middle. I never see anybody. It's like, what is this game? Why are these even on the felt? If you can't, I mean, what is the point? It's weird. It's a weird game.
It is a weird game. And Rosemary, how can you make $50 last a night at a casino? Well, hopefully we'll show you how.
Yeah.
It's all about setting yourself up for the best possible win.
I think, we're going to be doing some things too. Like, let's try to buy dinner tonight. So let's take this $50 and see if we can get it up to 75. Take that 25 and go buy dinner. Right. So we're going to try to do some things like that.
So no matter what, let's say we have $50 and we only roll it up to like $53. We've got to eat on $3.
Oh man. I don't even think you can buy a bag of chips in a casino for that much.
We'll have to find out.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea though. That'll really put the pressure on.
It would really put the pressure on, especially
do I want to bet one more time, or do I? It's the difference between having like peanuts or a steak meal, steak dinner.
We're going around to see who's got little bits of food around. We walk into a conference. We're like, oh yeah, we just left our badges back. We're just going to grab some.
Are you done with those fries?
We're just going to grab some fries. We're going to have a sign that's like,
yeah,
our YouTube channel challenge didn't go well.
Please give us money for food. Oh Lord.
Oh,
And,
boy. And Leanne, of course, look for leftover room on
oh,
service
that's horrible. You never know what happened there. Oh no.
Okay, that's a good one.
Rosie,
Because
you're going to starve.
it's okay if we miss a couple of meals. We'll be okay.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, shout out to Susan. Thanks for being here, by the way. Sorry we missed you.
Thank you, Susan and Tammy. We appreciate
Always
both of you.
On the floors around 9 p.m. outside. Why do you people know all this stuff?
Because everyone looks at the carts or food left outside.
I know, but what goes through your mind, though? Oh, wow, they didn't even touch that dessert. That's not what goes through
I
my
want to
mind.
know in the comments. I want to know if you've ever taken the little ketchup off the food thing. I bet you the people in here have taken the little ketchup or taking the little honey or jelly or whatever it is. I bet you've taken it because I know I have.
So, not only do we need Gamble the Globe towels, but now we need Gamble the Globe ketchup.
Little ketchups. Well, I know I can get some. They're outside of the rooms.
Oh, oh man, that's horrible, but funny.
Oh, come on. I'm getting a bunch of nopes. Yeah, you have.
Oh man, when is the next Vegas
Firefly?
What's that?
Says yes. Oh, Firefly said yes. Yep, exactly.
So you do have at least somebody in there.
At least one.
I think my wife and I are going to try to go up very end of November. So November or December 1st, just for that weekend. I think that's when it'll be. Unfortunately, I don't think Dave's going to be able to make it because he's got another mother thing.
I got my Tough Mudder things going on until that first weekend in December. And then that's clear until March. So I've got a good calendar opening up.
So that'll be the next time I'm out there with the wife. And then we'll see when Dave and we're going to have to go out there at some point to get some content. So maybe after, I like going after CES that week afterwards. It's dead. Nobody.
Oh, that's a good weekend.
That's a
in January, right?
Time to go. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good time. I could go then.
See.
Yeah.
We will see. And awesome top dollar. I like your name, by the way. Very clever. Will you travel to casinos other than Vegas and WinStar? Oh yeah, we've been talking about going down to Livingston to check that out, and then also we'll go to Shreveport, Lake Charles. Lake Charles might be a little far for Dave, but I
would go to Lake Charles.
I'm right in the middle. It's maybe not too bad. Was it 5.5 hours? I think that's how far it is for us. So, yeah, we'll be trying some different places, definitely for sure. At least we'd like
to. Like we'll try to get out to the East Coast because we want to meet up with old school slots, NJ slot guy, and a couple other people out there. We want to meet up with all them. So we're gonna do our best.
Yep.
Not gonna be a priority for travel, but we're gonna do our best.
Yep. All right, I'll let you take a couple.
All right, here we go. Okay, from Jody. So I said you couldn't have a union of one, and she's like, "What about me and my other personalities?" Your other personalities are gonna have to go through Mark.
Wait, what other personalities do you have? What's going on?
Oh, if you don't know him now, man, you're never gonna know him.
It's news to me. That's scary. What a scary thought. My wife has other personalities she hasn't told me about yet after all these years of marriage.
You should know at least 3 of them by now.
Well, yeah, I got a good 3, but.
And from Alfonso, I'm pumped about the WinStar stuff. I go there a lot. Good slots there. There are some great slots there.
Oh,
the Class 2 are growing on Mark and I a lot. Like we really like those now. And the 5 reel 9 line, Mark is really digging now. Like he is in on them.
I'm in on those. And Dave converted me. I used to be a little scared of him, but I sat down and watched him play for a little while, and I'm like, I got this. And so I sat down and had some pretty good runs. That and then the 3 reel 5 line are my 2 favorite.
3 reel 5 line.
Those are good. but I still don't want to play. I think you have Neptune's Gold and all those. Have you played those at all?
I've played them a little bit, but not nearly to where, like Stacy and Natalie play. Because to me, that's just to be in a class 2. To me, that kind of takes a lot out of it, of playing those like 27 line games. And maybe there is something to it. I don't know, but the videos don't really kind of attract me in the first place, so they're not going to really attract me there.
Yeah,
but I'll try them. I'll give them a try.
I'll try anything. Well, we can't give away all our ideas, but we got some really fun ideas for WinStar, and a lot of them have to do with doing stuff outside of our comfort zone. So I give you a nice little clue there.
Yeah, here's definitely a question for you, Mark.
And like finding me a Konami KP 3.5 Concerto machine. I totally forgot that you asked me about that. Oh man, aren't you looking for a couple of things like a Sun and Moon also? Hit me up on Discord. I'll get back to you. I totally forgot, man. Totally forgot.
And then chair Jody, chair 1 is done. Awesome. Let me know when chair 2 is done.
Yeah. These chairs are like craft tables, simple but confusing. I believe
that's just like anything from IKEA.
Yeah. What? Oh, we don't want to get into that.
What don't we want to get into?
The instructions that they provide are the worst in the history of instructions.
Show me horrible. Pictures.
Pictures with people like with a hammer and you can't tell, like the last piece of IKEA furniture that we bought, the holes weren't lining up and all kinds of stuff. That was it. Like, I'm not buying IKEA anymore. It was too frustrating.
I have several IKEA items, and I can tell you this: when you bring out a drill and your own screw gun, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, I don't remember any furniture requiring a drill.
I can tell you that thing's together and it's not coming apart again either.
Oh my goodness. There was a funny comment in here, which always comes from Leanne. Yeah. The guy who needs 14 towels takes ketchup off the carts.
Hey, it's cute little ketchups. Have you seen the side? You like hold it like you feel like a giant.
I know what they are, but I mean, is there a ketchup shortage that I'm not aware of? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. They're just neat little ketchups. Like,
yeah,
just neat little ketchup. I don't even really use ketchup. I just grab them because I know they're just going to toss it.
Yeah.
They're just going to toss it in the trash. They don't do that with anything.
That's true. I do hate that when they bring the room service up. You got all this crap that I know they're going to throw away, and I just can't. I don't throw it away. I leave it out in case maybe the room attendant might end up wanting it. It's just, I feel so bad because it's the ketchup, it's the cream, it's like 50 salt packets, 50 pepper, like just a big, and you don't use any of it because they don't ask you what you want. They just bring it all, assuming you're going to use something, and just throw it away. What a waste.
Or you get the one-time use little salt and pepper shakers.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you peel the little top off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and also from Leanne. I thought it was going to be something different, and I have an idea for you if you'd like it. Absolutely, we'd like it.
Yeah.
If you have an idea, send it in. I can't promise we'll use it, but send it in.
We will strongly.
And thank you for watching.
Anything.
Oh yeah.
Unless
we're not going to say no.
Removing our shirt, then we're not going to do it.
Well, depends on
There's limits. Okay, maybe Dave will do that, but I'm not going to do that.
See, there you go.
Yeah. Let's see.
Wait, where'd that go from?
I just removed that. I missed it.
There was another one I just saw, and it was the seats aren't comfortable. That was from Rosemary. So, Rosemary, you said something about the seats aren't comfortable. If your seats are not comfortable in your local casino, complain. tell slot manager, slot attendant, tell anybody, send an email in and said the chairs aren't comfortable. I think you really need to have more comfortable chairs. Now, the chances are just you complaining, they won't change them. But if they get a bunch of people, they'll start changing those chairs out. I mean,
Yep.
the chairs wear out anyway. So when they get ready to change them, they're going to keep that in mind that they're going to go for some more comfy
they
chairs.
don't know. Just like when things are broken in your hotel room, you should always let them know, because they're not staying in there, and they don't see, sometimes there's some weird things that happen. Like if you have the light switch on for 20 minutes, it starts making a buzzing noise. They don't know that. So, I mean, you got to tell them. I remember the worst thing ever happened to me on a slot seat was at New York. I sat down to play a game and it was soaked. And I was like, oh man. And the worst thing is, like, I've got to make it all the way up to my room with this big wet spot on my butt.
And everyone's thinking you wet yourself.
I know. It's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? So now I like put my hand in the seat before I sit down. It's like habit, just to make sure. Gross.
That's one of those things, that you don't know where you're going to sit. And especially if it's a fabric chair and it's wet,
what it was.
You hope it was a drink.
That's I know. I know.
I hope it was a drink.
It's a good pair of shorts too. I just threw them away. I was like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
I don't want to know anymore.
No.
All right. So this one from Linda K. Got kicked out of Cyclone?
I don't know.
And accusing me of counting cards, which is not true. Linda, I'd really like to hear more about this, because
that's crazy.
Now, if you were doing something that looked like you were counting cards, generally what they do is just back you off that game and say you can't play blackjack anymore. But I'd really like to know what you were doing. Like, what were you betting in a certain way? Counting cards is not illegal at all, but they can say you're not welcome back here anymore.
Right.
But your betting style may have been kind of indicative of a card counter. But I'd like to know more about this, because it does happen. It absolutely happens. So I'd definitely like to know more about what's going on there, because that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. Oh, and here's one for you from Nate.
Okay.
We both know the answer, but
how do bonuses work on Class 2 machines? Are the wins also determined from a bingo card or an RNG? So definitely for a bingo card. And we actually have gotten pretty good at guessing, especially the gems. When you collect that 10th gem, as soon as you see the gem roll up there and it says you got the bonus game, you look at the bingo card and see which pattern is probably going to be the match. And most of the time it's the letter T, which is 60 credits on a 3-credit bet. But I think a couple of times we got Volcano, which was 180, I think, or 160. But yeah, that is determined solely by the bingo card. That's why it goes up to 9 gems really quick, and then it sits there forever, because it's waiting for the bingo card that's going to end up paying that to finish that bonus. But yeah, they are absolutely controlled by the bingo. Same thing. Good question.
And it's like what you'd think it would happen. You would think it would happen when the card comes up and it's almost full. You can see multiple patterns and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Not a win, not nothing.
Nothing.
Ugh.
I saw a comment from, it was on another stream, somebody else's channel, where they were trying to say, and I was going back and forth with them, they were trying to say that if you wait until it's really late in the game, you're more likely to get hits. And that is completely false. Because the white numbers are ineligible numbers. So that's all it's being called. So as the game progresses, the only thing that's being called are white numbers, which can't be part of any match. So it's meaningless. It's meaningless whether it's the beginning of the bingo game or the end. You just see on the bingo card, it get more and more filled in the longer it is inside of the game, because even though it's a white number, it'll still appear in yellow at the top, but it cannot form a pattern, if that makes sense. So, I like the end of the game because it makes it look like you have good potential, where, that first spin, at the beginning of a new game, it usually, like you like to say, it looks like Swiss cheese. There's like nothing's going to match on that. But that's why on the first game, if you do a spin and it's the first call out and you see a big pattern match, you're more likely to get it because a lot of the white numbers haven't been called yet. So anyway, that's complicated. Maybe we'll do a video on bingo style while we're there next time and kind of explain it again so you guys can see it.
Absolutely. And Mark will hear me whenever the game starts over again because I'm trying to hit faster. I'm like, go spin faster. New game, new game.
Yeah. Meaningless.
It's like move.
Yep.
Because that's when you have your best chance.
No, that's not when you have the best chance.
Well, I mean, when the new game for getting a full card, the most patterns match.
You'll see less yellow numbers on a new game, but if you see the yellow numbers form a pattern, you're more likely to get that pattern because there's not a lot of white numbers blocking those patterns.
Right.
I think that's
from Linda K. They said I was cheating at the blackjack table. This is sounding weirder, so I'm thinking maybe the pit boss was just, I don't know. You may not have been the target of this, actually. It may have been someone else, and they used you as the cheap person to knock off the table. I'm not 100% sure, but if you weren't doing anything, that sounds like it. Yeah, that's what they say. You can't play table games any longer, right? They will back you off. So it's called backing off. A lot of times when you get kicked out of a casino, you're put on the list, and you're not allowed there anymore. And then they will share that list with other casinos. And now each casino has to tell you you are no longer welcome here. So until you're actually told that, you can still play at that casino. But yeah, they just backed you off for that night. Very common. It does happen. I have been backed off for craps one time. I wasn't even doing that much betting, but it was just a great run. And so they backed 3 of us off, me and 2 other guys that I don't even know, just said, oh, you got to go.
You sure it wasn't because you're being obnoxious?
That could have been it too. I'm not 100% sure on that. But they just backed us off. So
yeah,
it does happen.
It's their discretion. I mean, they can do it. It's sad, but there's nothing you can do about it.
It's true. It's no just recourse. Like there's nothing you can do. You just got to say yes and
go to another casino.
Going to come back and play another day until they tell you to leave. Now, they're not going to do that, though.
Yeah.
And what seems to be on a lot of people's minds is, how are your MGM offers, Mark?
Awful. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where I used to be able to get a little bump in a free play by going through my host, but now my host is just giving me exactly what the web offers are. And this is the first time that's ever happened, at least in a long time. I always got an extra couple hundred in free play by going through my host. And the last time we were there, she's like, this is what it is. And I'm like, well, where's the midweek bonus? Oh, we got rid of that. I'm like, well, this is exactly what the offer is on the website. You can't give me any bonus or benefit. No, they said that we have to stick to what the computer is spitting out now. And the other thing that's shocking, and it might be a little early to tell, but the holiday gift shop, which we talked about a little bit last week, I think, during the entire year on the MGM properties, you accrue a second set of points. It's not tier credits and it's not slot dollars. It's called holiday gift shop points. And within the last, I think it's the last week in November and the first 2 weeks in December, if you're there in person, you can convert those to either buying certain things or you can convert them to free play, which I've always done if I'm there, is to convert it to free play because it's on top of whatever your offer is. But I noticed on the holiday gift catalog right now, they do not have free play as an option, which is the first time I've never seen it already listed. So they're either still trying to figure out what the conversion is going to be, or they're just going to get rid of that option completely, which wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, I always elected for the free play because the stuff that you can get with so little points is, It's junk. Like the point conversion is so terrible that, I mean, you're going to get skull candy earphones, and like, really, like, I can buy those at 7-Eleven for $10, and I'd rather get the free play and maybe turn it into a big jackpot or something. I mean, that just seems like a better deal. So maybe that's why they're getting rid of it, because too many people were converting it to free play, and that it wasn't beneficial for them. I don't know.
But they're eventually going to use that money up. It's going to be used up either way.
Yeah. And you have to use those. They
true.
expire on, like, I think it's December 13th. So all the points for the entire year, you have that 3-week window, and you have to be in person to redeem it. If you're not there, they expire, which is brilliant on their part. It gets people to come in. You don't want to leave anything on the table, comps wise, right? Especially if it's about to expire.
You want as much as you can. I don't have enough points to go cash in, but
yeah,
maybe next year.
There you go.
And from low roll in Detroit to Vegas, you guys are killing me. Yeah, we're trying. Detroit is a great sports city too. Keep in mind though that the casinos here are not required by the state to report monthly stats, and that's all right if they don't report monthly stats. That historical data doesn't really help you figure out where to play. It's great information if that's what you're looking for. But don't rely on the return to player numbers after the fact, because they're a month out of date already. And past info for slots especially doesn't represent future play. So if they had a great month, it doesn't mean that next month is going to be a low month for slots. It could be just as high or even better. So don't pay too much of that. But everybody know now that Detroit's a great place to go. Detroit Low Roll in Vegas said so. And also from Michelle, how can you count 6 decks?
You can't. It's BS. There's some other reason.
You can. So, Michelle, there are a countless number of YouTubes out there on how to count cards. It is not complicated.
You can
what
count
you're doing is essentially 6 decks. So you're not counting. So it makes it more complicated, obviously. But when you're counting a 6-deck shoe, it's just like counting 3 decks. Now, it would be better to play in a single deck, but you're not going to be able to get the data that you can from a 6-deck. So the fewer number of decks, the better it off is for you, the player. But if you can find a 3-deck, that's kind of your optimum, because there's not as many shuffles. But even in a 6-deck, you're keeping track of non-face cards and face cards. So 2 through 7, you have a +1, for instance.
Right.
And then you skip 8 and 9, I believe. And then all the 10s, you count as a -1. So when you get to a high plus number, which means most of the low cards have come out, low cards are good for the dealer, high cards are good for the player. So then you would bet heavier. It is not illegal. It is frowned upon. Frowned upon just means they're going to ask you to leave. But you can go on YouTube and you can find a lot of card counting. I don't have the math skills to show it to you because it is exhausting. It is not easy, but if it's a skill you can do, you're welcome to do it.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me. I'm going to look that up. I mean, I believe you.
Yep.
6 decks.
All you're doing is counting.
There's just so much variance in there, though, because you could have a string of 10s.
Yep. And that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, but you don't.
The string of low
predictable
cards
enough, though, because if it's
no, I mean it's not 100%. You're not.
If it's
you're
a
just
single deck,
improving
it's
your
easy
odds
because you know what's left, and so the counts will tell you what's left and increase your odds and chances. But 6 decks, it just seems like too much variance.
But a single deck,
I believe
they shuffle.
it, though. I mean, hey,
every one hand or so, 2 hands.
Firefly says that you can do it. I believe it. So
it's possible. It's not easy. It's possible.
Yeah, that's cool. No wonder
great one for you from Rosemary
coming out.
Your favorite people.
Oh, gosh.
Why don't they fix the buttons on slot machines?
Slap Happy Smackers break. I think I actually blame the manufacturers on this for making buttons that are easy to slap. And Aristocrat is the #1 offender of this, where the buttons are like very low profile, meaning that it doesn't take a lot of press to actuate the switch. And because of that, it's just plastic against plastic. And so it's very easy to depress. And so it makes it easy for people to start slapping it. But if you make them harder to press, like on the IGT machines, and even Huff and Puff, which I have behind me, then you won't have the big slappers because it actually makes your wrist a lot more sore from doing it. So the slot manufacturers can absolutely do something about it. But Aristocrat is the one I always see it on, like the Buffalo games and all that. Like, oh my gosh, loud.
They almost need to put up like a metal guard around the button. So if you hit it, you're hurting your hand.
Well, the easiest solution is just to take out fast stopping completely because it doesn't do anything except fast forward your play. But they're not going to do that because, hey, the faster you gamble, the more money the casino's making, and the more money
they burn through their money faster.
They're going to make it even faster than that. They're going to make it so that you can press it once and get 5 spins in a row.
Now we're getting more info from Linda here. I won $8K in 20 minutes. That's why I get kicked out. Yeah, whether you were counting or not, that's going to get you backed off the game for sure. They're going to think you hit hard like that, they're going to ask you to go. That's pretty common on that part. So they didn't think you were cheating. They may have told you that or whatever. They may not have been able to prove it, but basically they just said, we're done with you. So don't worry about it. Go back the next time. Damn, really good, Linda. Like, wow.
That's pretty good on a blackjack table.
Only her 3rd time playing blackjack. Blackjack's your game.
Yeah. Stick to that.
For
Stay off the stupid slot machines.
Stay off the slot machines. You need to play blackjack.
Right?
Holy. Wow. Yeah, stick with that. Totally stick with that. That's your game from now on.
Absolutely. And big news, we are up to 89 subscribers on the new channel already. So thank you so much, guys. That is awesome. We started with 61 at the beginning of this. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, it is at Gamble Smart on YouTube. I'll put it in here. You guys are probably all there already, though.
I think Proud Monkey actually shared it before we even announced it.
Oh, really? Okay.
he found it.
Thank you, Proud Monkey. I appreciate it.
Saw a video of some guy saying that hitting the button harder helps you win. Start out soft, then later he starts slamming the hell up. For sure, that is 100% way to win.
I saw a guy at Four Queens when we were there at Four Queens, and he was playing. I can't remember which game he was playing. It was right behind me. I was playing the Lord of the Rings, and it was some Fireball Link, whatever.
Link, whatever.
Literally, he had his face right at the machine. He was like, and he put his face really close to the machine, and you could tell that he thought he was visually seeing the ball come down and stopping it. And it's like, I just wanted to tell him, dude, it's already determined. Like there's nothing you can do. They would never put skill in a game like that ever. So stop it.
But the thing is no one's going to believe you. They already have it predetermined in their mind, and that's what they see. That's what their experience.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And apparently,
that's the thing with slot machines too, is that we always talk about people seeing patterns, right? Just in everything. It's daily life. People just look for patterns. They have explanations on why things are happening that they don't have any knowledge of. And slot machines are probably the perfect example of this, because you will see patterns in the short term sometime, but they're not intentional patterns. And so that confuses everybody, because you have a small sample size and you did something that you thought had some kind of effect on it, whether it was fast stopping or, gosh, I've seen so many YouTube videos of people cashing out and then putting the ticket right back in, thinking that does something. It's like, you may think that it did because, well, I don't know, I did that 5 times and I got a hand pay every single time I did it. Yeah, that can happen.
It worked for me.
But it's a short-term play, and that's not how slot machines work. And so it's just tough to convince people otherwise, that there's really nothing you can do to impact it. But you can see it. I mean, it's so prevalent. Most slot channels out there, there is somebody doing it I asked a guy, I was watching a lot of VGT, like bingo style machines recently, and I asked a guy, why do you cycle through the bets before you hit max bet? Because he always goes 1, 3, 9, 18, 27, and then he hits max bet for 180. And I'm like, why are you doing that? And he's like, well, I feel like I'm tripping up the computer to give me a pay. I'm like, no, that's not what you're doing. You're just pushing extra buttons for no reason.
Now you might be changing your timing, but in bingo that doesn't matter either.
That doesn't matter either. Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny.
But Susan's figured it all out. Hit the button while eating shrimp.
Oh yeah.
That's Susan, I will try this. If I can find like a Long John Silver's or something like I have to go shrimp.
Cocktail. There's got to be something in WinStar. Somebody has shrimp in there
somewhere. I'm going to find shrimp and I'm going to try this out.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Yeah.
And if it works, we'll be like, okay. All right. We have no idea what to do anymore. Susan's got to start her own channel.
She should.
I mean, if that shrimp thing works, shrimp slots.
There you go.
And then from Nate, Mega Bucks hit for 12.1 million at Excalibur earlier this week.
I saw that.
I saw that headline as well. I am shocked.
Yeah.
Like I thought this was going to get up to like 20 million again, you know.
It was
crazy.
I think what was the one? It was on a wheel, not a Wheel of Fortune, because those aren't Mega Bucks. It was it downtown that occurred? The really big one that was like earlier this year. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think it was downtown.
It was huge. And I think it resets at 10 million. So that was hit fairly quickly, but usually it's only once every couple of years that those things hit.
With more and more people playing, more likely that it's going to hit with as many spins as going through.
Yeah. So Katie says the third time Mega Bucks hit this year. That's pretty unusual. If I remember right, it's at least, I mean, it's typically like once a year, but I've seen it go 2 years without hitting it. And they used to have it published somewhere. I wonder if they still have it published somewhere.
It might be on the Mega Bucks website.
Probably is. Yeah. Thanks, Katie, for letting us know about that.
Yeah. Oh man, that was supposed to be my jackpot.
Yeah. That one at Aria is still getting pretty big. The 3, 4, 5 times pay.
Last trip, didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I did not win the $3 million.
$3 million yet?
2.9 and some change.
Oh man, unbelievable!
So it's right on the edge,
guys. Just to give you some idea, they installed those and started the progressive when Aria first opened. When was that? 10
years ago?
Yeah, probably about 10 years ago. They still haven't hit. That's why they're still there. They keep moving them around, but they have to keep them there until somebody gets it.
If you do hit that, it is an Aria progressive. They own that progressive. No one else is in on it. Yeah. So you can get that in cash.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't get it in cash, but you can.
I would tell them deliver it in $1 bills up to my room, please.
I want to just bathe in it.
Yeah. Put it everywhere.
Fill up the bathtub with hundreds.
Yeah. Oh, you could probably fill up the tub and the shower with hundreds. $3 million minus tax. Oh yeah, and take the taxes out. They probably force you to
take the taxes out.
I bet they don't give you an option.
That is a huge thing. Is if you have won multiple jackpots, or maybe you haven't won multiple jackpots and you're winning now, think about having Texas take it out. If you've only won 1 or 2 in a year, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you're winning several, or if it's a big one, take the taxes out. Do not let that haunt you at tax time, because it's going to come back to bite you in the ass.
Yep. Yeah, always take the taxes out. There's only a few exceptions, and that's if you are a heavy hitter, like you hit a lot of jackpots, but you also lose a lot. Then you can offset those, but it still counts as income. So it puts you in a higher tax bracket. So, it's the general rule is always take the taxes out. It's a headache. And especially if you are going to other states like Oklahoma, You don't want to be filing state income tax just to pay off a tax jackpot.
Right.
So have them take it out for state, especially.
And Mark, we need some new subscribers. Look at these guys. Do you want cash or ketchup?
What is going on? It's all about
Ketchup. Lots of ketchup. Rick wants $3 million in ketchup.
Jeez.
And from Michelle, Ari Open 2009. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that.
So
Damn, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so nuts. I remember when they were building that and talking about, oh, the city center, it's going to be blah, blah,
City
blah.
Center. That's right.
And I was thinking how cool that all sounded. And then the shops opened up, and I'm like, who is going to live here where you can shop at like Gucci and Tag Heuer and Cartier, but you don't have any place to buy groceries?
Have you ever walked through there? I never see anybody in those shops ever. Every time
I have seen people in the shops.
Oh, yeah. Really? Every time I've gone by, it's been empty.
They're mostly empty, but when people go in there, I mean, they're spending several thousand. So
Gucci, I think, is in there.
There's a store in there that apparently is like one of the rarest bag purse stores, and they have a purse in there that's $100,000 purse.
Oh my gosh!
It's in the back. It's under glass. You can't touch it.
It is laser beams and everything.
I'm like, it's a freaking purse. I mean, I'm sure you ladies like purses, and some of you guys, I'm sure, like purses as well.
Yeah.
I just can't comprehend spending that money on a purse, something I put stuff in. It's like,
I mean, how would you buy you couldn't carry that around with you, right?
You'd have to have a security team.
You'd have to have a bodyguard constantly around you. They get stolen so easily.
It freaked me out. It freaks me out just seeing ladies with big rings on their fingers, knowing that they don't steal rings by taking them off your finger.
Yeah.
They take your finger and then take the ring off of it. That's how they steal rings.
Oh man.
It's
Come
true.
on, Dave. Mental image.
That I know, but that's what I think about when I see people with like those huge 5 and 10 karat diamonds. I'm just thinking there's a pair of garden shears out there that are just going to take that right off.
Dave, come on, man. What is wrong with you?
And on that, I think we've got enough for tonight.
We can't leave on that note. Oh gosh. Well, we are actually up to 95 subscribers. We have almost hit 100.
Nice.
So thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate all of the support. We are, again, super excited. Saturday, we're going to kick things off, and it's going to be amazing. And we're excited. A lot of hard work for us ahead of us, but we're going to make it work for you guys and get some good entertainment, but also a lot of good education out there, help you with your budgets, so you guys can focus on what's important and have more fun in the casino. That's what we want. That's what we want. So,
yeah, definitely.
All right. Any final
We're
thoughts?
We're going to have a blast.
Dave?
I'm just so looking forward to Saturday. I've got to make it through 2 more days of work, which they are definitely not getting my best work lately. So I am just excited about being down there.
Yeah. And you get to play all these games.
And get to play the games. I'm looking forward to Top Dollar Deluxe.
Yeah, it's
I'm
calling
going to hit the 1,000 credits.
No, you're not.
I'm going to hit it.
No, you're not.
Bam.
Nobody's going to hit it.
Nobody but Mark's going to hit that.
I need to. I've got a mission. I've hit the triple diamonds twice. Now I need to hit the 1,000 credits. It is so hard on this one. Oof.
Watch, I'm going to hit it and you're going to unplug it real quick.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
It's down for maintenance. Malfunction. No pay.
Malfunction. Can't pay it. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Really do appreciate it. And we will see you guys on Saturday in the comments. Once we post our new video, we'll be there. And who knows? Maybe, I don't know, Dave. Maybe we'll go live a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
We hope you're paying attention. Now that we know that we can, maybe we can.
Yeah.
So
we'll definitely give it a try.
Yeah. So we hope to see you guys on Saturday. If not, we will see you next Wednesday. And that's when we will start the transition over to the new channel. But we will be here on Gamble the Globe first. So make sure you stay tuned next Wednesday on Gamble the Globe's channel, and then we will transition over to the new channel for our lives going forward. So really appreciate you guys tonight. Hope you have a wonderful weekend coming up. And Dave, any final thoughts?
Thank you all for coming. Make sure you share the new channel out with everybody. Share it across all your social media. Tell them, hey, go check these guys out. They're pretty okay.
For the most part, right?
For the most part.
Yeah.
Thank you all guys for coming. Appreciate you, Tammy and Susan. Thank you so much for being moderators out there and keeping the channel clean and making sure everything's going great. We do appreciate you so much.
We definitely do. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Good night. Remember to gamble smart.
Gamble safe.
There we go.
That's it. All right, guys. See you later.